everybody to WrestleMania, the night one, as this is the first PLE in WWE 2K26, as tonight we're coming to you live in Las Vegas for night one of the first PLE of WWE 2K26 in WrestleMania. Because it's here, the time has come, as we are coming to you live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Because we're ready to start off a new era of Universe Mode. And of course, we're starting us off in a new era with a no-holds-barred match between Obafemi and Drew McIntyre, and that will kick off night one of WrestleMania, and that will happen right now. As we kick off WrestleMania tonight in Las Vegas, as it is Drew McIntyre versus Obafemi. And of course, this will be started after Obafemi qualified for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match, and then Drew McIntyre lost his qualifying match to Johnny Gargano, and of course Oba beat Jacob to qualify. However, right before the Elimination Chamber, Obafemi was taken out prior to the event, causing his spot to be taken by Abyss. And of course, Oba would return to seek revenge on Drew McIntyre, which all that leads to where we are at here tonight in Las Vegas tonight at WrestleMania. Obafemi, of course, the man who won the United States Championship in a title versus streak match at last year's Mania, where he won his first championship. However, he would hold on to the championship for 4 months before he lost it to Jacob Fatu at SummerSlam. And of course, Obafemi, he had an undefeated streak when he first came to the WWE in late 2024. And of course, he would have an undefeated streak. And of course, despite him not really winning the big one, because he's been in the main event program, like he was in War Games with Cody Rhodes, Ricky Starks, and LA Knight when they were feuding with Legacy last year. Out next, we got Drew McIntyre. Because Drew McIntyre things hasn't gone his way within the last year. First, he had the mini feud with John Cena, where Cena beat Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Then Drew McIntyre would try to qualify for the Money in the Bank #1 contenders match with AJ Styles, but he would lose his #1 contenders qualifying match to John Cena when he was in the triple threat with Sheamus and John Cena. Then him and Cena finished their feud a week before Cena's match with AJ Styles at Money in the Bank. Then he would take time off. He would then be traded over to SmackDown for CM Punk, a part of the Superstar Swaps. Then his first program back would be with Roman Reigns, but this would lead to them wrestling for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble earlier this year. And then of course he would fail to qualify for the cross-branded men's elimination chamber match. And of course he took his frustrations all out on Obafemi. And tonight, these two are finally gonna get their hands on each other after weeks of going at it. And of course, who do you got walking away in the first match of the new season in WWE 2K26? Drew McIntyre or Obafemi? This is gonna be interesting to see how things will fold. As you can tell, Drew McIntyre is ready to go to war against Obafemi, even though he was the one that started all of that. So of course, let's get into this match. Drew McIntyre versus Obafemi. Clothesline as Obafemi wasting no time. You do know Obafemi has been anticipating to get his hands on Drew McIntyre over the last couple of months. We've also done by Drew McIntyre. Because this is a no-holds-barred match. Meaning, over Femi, he's getting a baseball bat. Because he wants to punish every sense of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre with another reversal there. As Drew McIntyre tosses over Femi out of the ring. Uh-oh! Drew McIntyre with the reversal there. Clothesline! Baseball bat again. Big boot there. No. Over Femi with back-to-back reversals. Drew McIntyre with a reversal there. As over Femi is now in the deep end. Suplex by Drew McIntyre. As what is on Drew McIntyre's mindset here? Reversal there. Over Femi's going to have to do a lot to take down Drew McIntyre. As Over Femi's all fired up here. Because he's hoping for this season to be a big season for him. Despite the fact we don't know where he's going after tonight, considering a couple of months ago he teased wanting a shot at the WWE Championship. Oh, Drew McIntyre with a reversal there. Uh-oh, reversal there by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's fighting out of everything. Oh no, reversal there. Over Femi and Drew McIntyre trading reversals so far in this match tonight. Another reversal there by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre going for a pin. Kick out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This doesn't end well for Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre with a reversal there. Drew McIntyre with back-to-back reversals here. Because as Alabama Slam connects. Drew McIntyre's like, what am I gonna do to put over Femi away? As Pop power bomb connects. Here we go for the pin. Kick out by Drew McIntyre. And because Drew McIntyre playing mind games here. Uh-oh, roll up. Oh, Drew McIntyre paying homage to Sheamus. Uh-oh. Close more kiss. Here we go for the pin. Kick out. Drew McIntyre's like, what do I gotta do to put over Femi away? And uh-oh, Drew McIntyre. Thinking about, oh no! No Claymores kiss! Uh-oh, Drew McIntyre. What is he going to rely on now? And over Femi, he's all fired up here. Drew McIntyre reverses. Uh-oh, oh my God, back to his feet. Over Femi's like, what do I gotta do to put him away? Well, that was anti-climatic. The cause Over Femi does pick up the win here. Great match between both men to kick off WrestleMania tonight, but the ending was kind of bizarre. As Over Femi gets the win. The cause, where do you think he'll go after tonight? Only time can tell. As Over Femi picks up the win to kick off night one of WrestleMania. And he gets the win here tonight. As what's next for Over Femi? Will it be the WWE champion or wherever he goes? I don't know. Only time can tell. But he gets the win to kick off WrestleMania tonight. So far we are off to a very good start for WrestleMania. But of course, coming up next, we have one of the few championship matches taking place here on night one. That's coming up next. Bianca Belair defends the WWE Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. Will Rhea Ripley win the same championship that she won at this same event 2 years ago against when she was in the main event of night one against Becky Lynch, or will Bianca Belair retain? We'll find out up next here at WrestleMania. So far, this has been a good start to night one. I mean, that's just after one match. As we are now heading off to a Women's Championship match with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Of course, this came about after Bianca not only successfully retained against Jade Cargill, the one who she cashed in on back at SummerSlam, but this was right after Rhea Ripley won the Elimination Chamber. As you can tell, Bianca Belair is all fired up tonight. And of course, she's been WWE Women's Champion since SummerSlam, where she cashed in on Jade Cargill after Jade Cargill beat Naomi for the championship. And of course, we do want to put in an announcement that the next episode of Monday Night Raw will be a draft, will be the WWE Draft, which will be taking place on Monday Night Raw. Which of course, for the first, and I believe this is the first time since 2K24 that we've had a draft on the Raw after Mania. Of course, that also happened back in 2K23 if you're talking about a single event. Because in 2K24, that was parts. Where part 1 was Monday Night Raw and the Raw show, and then part 2 was SmackDown. I just want to put that out there. Out next is Rhea Ripley. Speaking of 2K24, of course, Rhea Ripley competed in the main event of night 1 of this event for the WWE Women's Championship. And tonight, she is challenging for the WWE Women's Championship, except that the opponent she's facing tonight is Bianca Belair. Well, that's a big one. As Rhea Ripley showing off her cockiness in this title match tonight. Of course, she was women's champion, but then of course she did lose that title at King of the Ring in 2K24 because of Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank cash-in on Rhea Ripley. And of course, Rhea has had a hard time sniffing the woman. She's pretty much taken a step back to letting other women in this women's division get into the spotlight. Like Stephanie Valkyrie, Gulia. Even though Gulia hasn't really been featured a lot since the SummerSlam loss. And yeah, you all get the point. And of course, keep in mind, Rhea Ripley, of course, is coming over from Monday Night Raw. And because she was on Raw throughout the majority of last year. But then during the latter stages of the last season, she was Superstar swapped for Lyra Valkyria, a part of the Superstar swaps. And tonight, she's looking to become WWE Women's Champion again. Can she do it, or will Bianca put those dreams to bed? We'll find out. And of course, we got a lot more going on here on night one tonight. And of course, we got the United States Championship, a triple threat tag team ladder match. And then of course, we got Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. And of course, we do have some news about the Cruiserweight Championship match, as Charlie Dempsey is, of course, had traveling issues. So of course, he will not be challenging for the championship tonight. And then Javon Evans is going to have a new opponent. Then of course you got the Sin City Street Fight match between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. And then of course Braun Breaker, Aleister Black in the main event as Rhea Ripley is promising a handshake. Oh no, Bianca Belair reverse it as a big boot. That's pretty much a receipt. Spear by Bianca Belair. You think that would be enough after a basic spear? The test of strength is in full force. Has Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley. Big boot connects. And of course, remember, Bianca reverses. Of course, I do want to mention, championships cannot change hands via disqualification or cannot. Reversal done by Bianca Belair. As Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley heading on to the middle rope. Middle rope drop kick connects. And of course, this is what WrestleMania is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Reversal done by Bianca Belair. Here we go. They are now turning blows. Something we needed in a new season of Universe Mode. I think so. What could Rhea Ripley be thinking about doing? This doesn't end well. Could you be looking at a new champion? As we are going for the pin. Kick out. No. Uh-oh, here we go. Riptide connect. Kick out. As Bianca Belair stopping Rhea Ripley from a cat and mouse tactic to try and take home the Women's Championship. Big boot there by Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair with the reversal there. So far this has been an intense fight between both ladies here tonight. Big boot connect, and that may, uh-oh, Bianca looking to get her receipt back. Reversal there by Rhea Ripley. Well, then that's it. As Rhea Ripley is the new WWE Women's Champion. I think people are soured that both matches on night one so far, Obafemi, Drew McIntyre, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley have had anticlimactic finishes. But I mean, with all that to the side, Rhea Ripley is now the brand new WWE Women's Champion. As first time in 2 years, Rhea Ripley is back on top as she is now the new Women's Champion. And of course, who will be stepping up to Mommy first? We'll have to wait and see, as Rhea Ripley is now a two-time WWE Women's Champion. As ladies and gentlemen, the first PLE after WrestleMania in the 2K26 Universe mode will be on April 11th, which is Backlash. And of course, Backlash will be taking place on April 11th, as people are looking to get their Backlash in. And of course, you do not want to miss Backlash, which comes your way on April 11th on YouTube in the WWE 2K26 Universe mode. And there's some big thing going on. April 11th, Backlash. But of course, we all know right now that there's one new champion that will be heading into Backlash. And that's Rhea Ripley. And now we are getting ready for a United States Championship match here at WrestleMania, as it is Ricky Saints versus Johnny Gargano. And of course, Ricky Saints, this is his first WrestleMania, and of course he will be defending against Johnny Gargano. As you can tell, he's gonna go. Well, he did say it's the Revolution, as that is Ricky Saints' memo here tonight here at WrestleMania. And of course, this is Ricky Saints' first WrestleMania. I mean, if you look back at last season, of course, he was involved in big matches like Money in the Bank. Then, of course, he was able to have a spot on Team Cody Rhodes with LA Knight and Obafemi to battle Legacy, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Austin Theory, and Ethan Page in War Games at Survivor Series. And then he won the United States Championship at Saturday Night Main Event. And of course, he's gone through Damian Priest at Elimination Chamber. But tonight, he's going up against a man who, of course, is looking to get back to his old roots, considering his tag team partner is not even in WWE anymore. And who we're talking about? None other than Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. And of course, I do apologize for the old DIY stuff being in Gargano's stuff. And of course, Gargano is pretty much paying homage to Tommaso Ciampa, pretty much, if you want to put it at that. As you can tell, Johnny Gargano is fired up here. And of course, he's looking to become the United States Champion. Of course, Johnny Gargano is a former United States Champion. And of course, he did win the title. I believe it was at the 2K22 SummerSlam event. Then he would lose it to Jon Moxley at the Day 1 event. And of course, he would be in the undercard until his DIY reunion with Tommaso Ciampa. Then, of course, after Ciampa left WWE, Johnny Gargano was of course trying to get himself into the WWE title scene, but then of course he didn't fare too well in the Elimination Chamber, and tonight he's challenging for the United States Championship, as we will be looking at Johnny Gargano as the new United States Champion. We're going to find out right here, right now, as this is what we're talking about here at WrestleMania tonight. United States Champion is on the line. Johnny Gargano versus Ricky Saints. And because you can tell that night 2 is looking better than night 1, considering you got AJ's Open Challenge, you got Alternate and Cody, Rollins, Roman, and then of course this entire WrestleMania is centered around John Cena's last match. And of course tomorrow night he is in his final match against Gunther. That's Johnny Gargano wasting no time here. Perfect timing there for Johnny Wrestling. Has Johnny Wrestling heading to the top rope. Oh, Ricky Saints reverses. As Ricky Saints now bringing it to Johnny Gargano, slamming his head through the mat. Ricky Saints has got his target locked in. Reversal there. Hurricane wanted there by Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano looking to get it right this time. He's fired up. Well, that was a terrible timing. Oh, here we go. They're now trading blows. Suplex there by Johnny Gargano. What could Gargano be thinking about here? As this is all about the United States Championship here tonight at WrestleMania. Well, that was a terrible timing as Ricky Saints was trying to get him off the ropes. As he finally gets it off. Hurricane there by Johnny Gargano. Uh-oh, Ricky Saints with the reversal there. As Ricky Saints, look at it, he's pretty much prepared to figure out what he's going to do to Johnny Gargano to prevent him from winning the United States Championship for the second time. Uh-oh, Gargano, he's got the submission all applied. Ricky Saints survives. Ricky Saints hitting up for the pin, kick out. Uh-oh, Ricky Saints. Johnny Gargano going for the pin. Kick out. As I mean, you know, Ricky Sainz would have a bag of tricks in his mind to try and walk out as the United States champion. Gargano doing a lot of berating for Ricky Sainz. Uh-oh! Springboard DDT connects by Johnny Gargano. Uh-oh! Ricky Sainz continues to reverse everything Gargano has in mind. Because Ricky Sainz is trying to ruin Johnny Gargano's chance to win the United States Championship. Super kick by Johnny Gargano. Once again, more anticlimactic finishes. A climactic. Well, this has been anticlimactic mania, with some of the matches ending in the most basic way possible. But nonetheless, Johnny Gargano is now the brand new United States champion. And of course, Johnny Gargano is now a two-time United States champion. Because he may not have champion anymore, but now he's the new United States champion. John Cena, you can tell about how much of a fantastic ride you've had over your last 24-year career. But tonight, tomorrow night, rather, I am going to send you out with a loss. You can tell about how you're going to end your career with a win in your final match in WWE, being at WrestleMania. But you know what? I'm going to snap it and destroy all of that dream from happening. And once I'm done retiring you and shifting you away into the retirement home with an L attached, I will be coming. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, no matter who is the WWE champion after this weekend, I will be coming for that WWE championship inevitably. So Gunther, of course, is making a promise. He wants to send John Cena to his retirement home with a loss in his final WWE match. Not only that, he's also making it clear that he's coming for the WWE championship, regardless who will be the champion after this weekend. I mean, could that be a teaser of Gunther probably wanting that first shot at Backlash? I don't know. Or is this just a tease for the inevitable future? We'll have to wait and see. And of course, Gunther will meet John Cena in John Cena's last match tomorrow night, on night 2. Some promises there by the ring general about what is he going to do to John Cena tomorrow night on night 2. But of course, we get ready for our first of many stipulation matches throughout this weekend, as we are going to have a triple threat tag team ladder match for the World Tag Team Championship, as it is the Motor City Machine Guns defending against the Usos and the New Day. As of course, the Motor City Machine Guns, of course, they won the titles in this specific match back at Bash of Berlin last September. And tonight they're going up against the Usos and the New Day, as could be their toughest challenge to date. As there you can see, the Usos, of course, they reformed after probably, I think it was around September or October period. And of course, this was right after Roman Reigns. Well, of course, this was right after Jey Uso lost to Logan Paul back at SummerSlam. And then they want to reform the Usos. And of course, they want to be back on top of the food chain here in the tag team division. And next, we've got the Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, at one point, they had an undefeated streak, but then that was snapped in a botched count-out finish back at SummerSlam. As because that was their only loss they've taken since joining WWE. And of course tonight, they are competing on their first WrestleMania. And of course, there's a lot of wrestlers who are competing in their first WrestleMania match. And of course, well, maybe we can name some who are going to be competing in their first mini match this weekend. And of course, Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is one of them. Then you got Solo Luca, Via Hell, Fallon Henley, and JC Jane. But then you got the Lucha Bros, Stephanie Baker. And I believe that's all the names on who are competing in their first WrestleMania match. And I believe we're missing more. And that next is the New Day. Of course, the New Day were formerly WWE Tag Team Champions. However, they did lose those titles, I believe it was back at SummerSlam, and then they were superstar swapped over to Monday Night Raw in place for the New Catch Republic. And of course, New Catch Republic was traded for the New Day, a part of our superstar swaps last December. And of course, what could be on the mindset of the New Day here tonight? And of course, the only way you win this match is to get the ladder. And of course, we got Alex Shelley going to work on Jey Uso. And there goes Kofi back to his feet. Well, that was a terrible timing there. I knew someone had busted open. As Chris Sabin trying to get the ladder. Jimmy Uso gets back to his feet. Jey Uso. Jey Uso, you can tell, is pissed off at Xavier Woods after a spot didn't go right. What's Chris Sabin thinking about? Suplex! Alex Shelley. I can't tell which one is which. Usos dominating. Jey accidentally hit Jimmy. I guess one of you so screwed, one of you so over. As Alex Shelley trying to get a ladder. I guess it's now creating a problem for Alex Shelley to get a ladder, considering it's Xavier Woods. Oh, so far things are not looking good for the Motor City Machine Guns, considering they've barely defended those titles since winning those back at Bash of the Land. As Chaos is all over the place here in this ladder match tonight. As Chris Sabin trying to get the ladder. As this chaos in this match so far. As Jay throws Alex Shelley out of the ring. This is just chaos all over the place tonight in this ladder match for the World Tag Team Champions. As Chaos is all over. As Jay. Has Alex Shelley grabs the title as the Motor City Machine Guns retain. Impressive ladder match. And of course, they get the job done here tonight. As they are still the World Tag Team Champions. And of course, the Motor City Machine Guns retain it. As what's next for the tag team, only time can tell, as the Motor City Machine Guns gets the win in their first WrestleMania match here tonight, as they are still the World Tag Team Champions. As so far, WrestleMania has been off to a good start tonight. As of course, coming up next, it is now time for Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. And of course, the leader of the New Bloodline takes on the former member of the New Bloodline, or whatever you want to call it. As question is, can Solo Sikoa get the best out of Jacob Fatu, or will Jacob Fatu finally get his revenge on Solo Sikoa, just like he did a few weeks ago on SmackDown? We'll find out, as that will take place up next here at WrestleMania. Has so far WrestleMania, I mean, it has been a great show so far. And of course, with some big moments like new champions in Rhea Ripley, Johnny Gargano. And of course, a lot of big things has happened. But we are now getting ready for Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. And of course, Solo Sikoa. Of course, this all started when Solo Sikoa kicked Jacob Fatu out of his bloodline after Jacob Fatu failed to beat Obafemi to qualify for the WWE Championship #1 Contenders Elimination Chamber match. Then of course, Jacob would get his revenge a few weeks later by taking out Solo Sikoa. And of course, Solo's motivation as to why he kicked Jacob out of the bloodline was because Jacob was outshining him when he was the United States champion, and because everything fell apart for Jacob once he lost the title. To Ricky Saints. And because things would go downhill for that. And because now that Solo Sikoa, I mean, what could be the fate of Solo Sikoa? Because people are going to be asking, I mean, people would ask questions about where would Solo go after tonight? I mean, that would be one question mark. And next, we've got Jacob Fatu. Of course, Jacob Fatu, I mean, he had something going for him in the last two series. Of course, in his first season in 2K24, I mean, at the end of the season, he was in the final SmackDown main event against the WWE Champion, CM Punk. Then in 2K25, he did win the United States Championship from Obafemi, and then he would lose the title to Ricky Saints at Saturday Night Main Event. And I mean, people are asking, I mean, what is Jacob Fatu entering into the WWE title scene, considering the man who he hasn't wrestled? I don't think it's been since 2 years, which was back when Reigns was having his stuff with The Rock heading into War Games. And because Solo at that time, he was challenging LA Knight for the Intercontinental Championship. And now, what's going to happen? Guys, this is going to be interesting to see where does both men go from here after tonight. As we'll be looking at both men getting into the WWE title scene, no matter who wins the match tomorrow night between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, because that's where the match will be taking place tomorrow night. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. And of course, who do you got winning? Oh, here we go! Jacob Fatu's been waiting for weeks! And he's still gonna get it on now. Solo Sikoa. Drop there by Jacob Fatu. Down goes Jacob Fatu. Reversal there by Solo Sikoa. I mean, by Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu with back-to-back reversals. And because he wants to make sure Solo Sikoa gets his comeuppance here tonight in Las Vegas as Solo Sikoa reverses. Oh no, that was a terrible timing. Terrible timing there by Solo Sikoa. And this could give Jake Fatu the opening. Oh, Solo Sikoa! Well, that was a perfect timing on that one. Uh-oh, Jacob Fatu survives. Back-to-back reversals for Solo Sikoa. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Solo Sikoa. As what is Jacob Fatu thinking about? Reversal there by Solo Sikoa. Solo was pretty much in a directionless state. Kick out by Solo Sikoa. Here we go. As of course, still to come on night one, we do have Finn Balor the Demon versus Damian Priest. Javon Evans versus a new opponent for the Cruiserweight Championship. Brock Lesnar, CM Punk in a Sin City Street Fight match. And then Braun Breaker versus Aleister Black for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Samoan Spike connects, getting back into the match. Solo Sikoa gonna go for the pin. Braun Break. And Solo Sikoa's like, all you can tell Solo is pissed off. Jacob, we all thought something was going to happen. Well, that was that. As Solo Sikoa gets the win here. And of course, Solo Sikoa gets the best out of Jacob Fatu here tonight. And the question is, where does Solo Sikoa go from here after tonight? And he wipes Jacob Fatu out with ease. And Solo Sikoa gets the win here on the grandest stage of WrestleMania here tonight. Let's look at all of my WrestleMania track records since my first WrestleMania, which was back in 2K24. Of course, in 2K24, I was in a Fatal 5-Way match with Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor for the WWE Championship, and I didn't walk out of Los Angeles as the WWE Champion. Then the following year, I was challenging Bronson Reed for his Intercontinental Championship, and I won my first championship in WWE. It may have not been the World Championship, but of course, I did do some stuff with that Intercontinental Championship, like having matches against Lexis King, Andrade, and Trick Williams. And of course, my title loss to Sheamus at SummerSlam. And tonight, I am main eventing WrestleMania for the first time ever, as I am taking on the Demon of Darkness and the current World Heavyweight Champion, Aleister Black. Aleister, of course, you may have been a good champion, because of course you may have attained some big wins over Sami Zayn, John Cena, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar, but tonight, I will become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So Braun Breaker, of course, is making a promise to walk out of his first WrestleMania main event as the World Champion after 2 years of pretty much not having a good record at WrestleMania, even though last year he did win the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, will Breaker become World Heavyweight Champion by the end of night one? We'll have to wait and see. But before we get to the main event, we do have 3 more matches left to go through before we get into our main event. As coming up next, Finn Balor's alter ego, the Demon, will take on Damian Priest. As question is, can Damian Priest be successful at taking down the Judgment Day, or will Finn Balor's demon ego destroy Priest's chance of destroying the Judgment Day? We'll find out up next here at WrestleMania. As we're back here at WrestleMania, as this has been a crazy night one so far. Of course, wondering, will night 2 step up tomorrow night? I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. But of course, I mean, night 2 may have John Cena's this last match. But so far, night 1 is kicking night 2. And of course, all you need is cue the Demon. As, of course, Finn Balor, of course, confronted Damian Priest with his demon persona on the last episode of SmackDown. And of course, that's why Finn Balor is bringing the Demon here in Las Vegas, here tonight at WrestleMania. And of course, the last time we saw the Demon was prior to last night, was at Super SmackDown Live in 2K23 when Finn Balor was having a mini feud with Bobby Lashley at the time. Well, this would lead to Finn Balor summoning the Demon to take on Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley, of course, would beat the Demon. And of course, Demon and WrestleMania in the same sentence, of course, he did use that in 2K22, at the 2K22 WrestleMania event, when he was wrestling Brock Lesnar, because he was defending his Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar at that WrestleMania. And tonight, he's back. But of course, no Judgment Day stuff. And because we all know Finn Balor would use his demon stuff to try and get himself to a victory. And of course, you can tell the Demon is all fired up here at WrestleMania. But you know who else is fired up? His opponent in Damian Priest. And of course, Damian Priest, he doesn't really have a good record on being on WrestleMania, because I don't think he was at the 2K23 WrestleMania event, because he was in 2K23's WrestleMania when he teamed up with Tommaso Ciampa to go after the WWE Tag Team Champions. Then in 2K24, he was NXT Champion, defending against Baron Corbin, and then he set it out of last year's WrestleMania. And tonight, he's going up against the Demon, Finn Balor. And of course, he's been on his quest towards taking down the Judgment Day after being superstar swapped for Kamala Hayes. And of course, this all started at last year's draft when Priest was drafted to Monday Night Raw, leaving the Judgment Day without Damian Priest. The Priest was looking to destroy the new Judgment Day that is trying to get rid of whatever was left of Priest and Rhea. And this all leads to tonight. And of course, who you got winning? The Demon or Damian Priest? Let's find out. As you can tell, Las Vegas is on the Demon side as what is Finn Balor thinking about? Has Damian Priest got an elbow? Reversal down. That's what is on Finn Balor's mind here. Chain wrestling. As we got nothing. Priest reverses. Uppercut there by Priest. Damian Priest bringing it to Finn Balor here in this match tonight at WrestleMania. The Demon trying to bring it to Damian Priest. As what is on Finn Balor's mind here? Oh, Priest! Priest winning it. As what is Damian Priest thinking about? Finn Balor going for a roll up. Oh, never mind. That didn't pay off very well. There's Damian Priest going for the pin. Kick out. Of course, Priest and Balor going at it on the outside. As we're going to a 3 count. What is on Damian Priest's knife here? As Priest going for kick out there. As Damian Priest. As Finn Balor and Priest going at it. Finn Balor. Springboard drop kick there. As you can tell, the paint is running off for the Demon. Oh, Damian Priest. Clothesline there. Reversal there. Damian Priest is all fired up here. Uh-oh, the Demon reverses. Uh-oh, this could be bad news for Damian Priest. Could this be enough? is as Finn Balor uses his demon persona to get the win here tonight at WrestleMania. Good match here as, people thought Damian Priest was going to walk away with the win. But of course Finn Balor gets the best out of Damian Priest here tonight. As we all beg the question about where do we go from here between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Only time to tell is the Demon gets the win here tonight in Las Vegas at WrestleMania. As ladies and gentlemen, the first PLE after WrestleMania in the 2K26 Universe mode will be on April 11th, which is Backlash. And of course, Backlash will be taking place on April 11th as people are looking to get their Backlash in. And of course, you do not want to miss Backlash, which comes your way on April 11th on YouTube in the WWE 2K26 Universe mode. And of course, this has been so far a great night once and a great weekend. But of course, we do have tomorrow to get through. And of course, we are getting ready for a Cruiserweight Championship match. Now, of course, Javon Evans was scheduled to defend against Charlie Dempsey, but unfortunately, Charlie Dempsey was having troubles traveling to Las Vegas, which now leaves Javon Evans with a mystery opponent to defend his Cruiserweight Championship against. And you can tell Javon Evans is fired up here. And of course he's been Cruiserweight Champion. I believe it's been since SummerSlam. And tonight he will go in there and defend. And question is, who is going to defend against, considering Charlie Dempsey couldn't make it to Las Vegas tonight. And there goes one of the most promising superstars in WWE history. I was wondering what Javon has going for him here tonight. As who is his opponent going to be? Hold on. Who is that? Holy hell! That is Vikingo. Yes, that's right, El Andre Del Vikingo. And because he is here at WrestleMania to answer the open challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship. And because Vikingo, of course, is from AAA. And because you will be seeing some AAA talents making it to the WWE roster. And because Vikingo is the first one here. And it's shocking to see a big debut, considering we do have more debuts to come, whether they come in later on during night one, tomorrow, or by the time we have the draft coming up, because we do have a WWE draft coming up on Monday Night Raw. But either way, big debut for Vikingo here on the grandest stage of them all. Because Charlie Dempsey couldn't make it, we got Vikingo. As Vikingo is competing in his first match, and it's taking place on WrestleMania, of all people. But the question is, can he win the Cruiserweight Championship? Let's find out. Vikingo, Javon Evans sounds like a big match on paper. As you can tell, crowd is booing Vikingo. Because we are ready for this match. Vikingo, Javon Evans. Nobody expected this to happen at WrestleMania, but here we are now. Javon Evans. Springboard started there. Javon Evans. Springboard Frog Splash connects. As what could Javon Evans be figured about here? No! Reversal there by Vikingo. This could be a comeback. Super kick by Javon. Uh-oh. Reversal there by Vikingo. Another reversal. Uh-oh, here we go! Javon Evans to put Vikingo down. Kick out! Reversal there. Javon Evans is showing off here tonight. Uh-oh, Javon Evans, no! No, Giancarlo! This could be a chance for Vikingo to upset the WWE Universe in his first match. Super kick! Uh-oh! Well, Javon Evans has nothing. Reversal there. As Vikingo, we're going to try and become the new Cruiserweight Champion. No! Reversal there by Javon Evans. Uh-oh! This doesn't look good for Javon Evans for the Cruiserweight Champion. An OG Color connects out of nowhere. Here we go for the pin. Back out. Javon Evans is fired up here at WrestleMania against... Uh-oh. Vikingo. Remember, if Vikingo wants to win the Cruiserweight Championship, he's got to win by pinfall or submissions. Disqualification or countouts does not consider a title change. As Javon Evans is like, what do I got to do now? This is all about who wants to become the Cruiserweight Champion. Oh, reversal done by Vikingo. Oh, no! This could be bad news! Clothesline! Vikingo! Not backing down! And there we go. Javon Evans. As Javon Evans is trying to figure out how to retain the Cruiserweight Championship, considering Vikingo could be a problem for Javon Evans. Oh no! Never! As Javon Evans is having a bad time here. This is all for the Cruiserweight Championship. Back-to-back reversals there. Javon Evans is trying to figure out what can he do to make Vikingo suffer. And he's having a hard time here. So far this has been an impressive showcase for Vikingo here at WrestleMania. Clothesline! As Javon Evans doing everything to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Reversal there. Moonsault connects. And it's over for Vikingo, as Vikingo put up a great fight, as we thought he was going to win the Cruiserweight Championship, but he came up short to Javon Evans. And because the OG is still the Cruiserweight Champion of the world. His question is, who's going to stop this rising star in Javon Evans? Only time can tell, and he retains against Vikingo here at WrestleMania tonight. As Javon Evans is still the Cruiserweight Champion. As where does he go? Only time can tell. As coming up next here at WrestleMania, it is now time for the co-main event, as it is a Sin City street fight match between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. And of course, can CM Punk get his revenge on Brock Lesnar and destroy him, just like what he did on the last episode of Monday Night Raw? Or will Brock Lesnar decimate CM Punk here tonight in a Las Vegas street fight? As we'll find out up next here at WrestleMania. As this has been a roller coaster of a show. But of course, we do have 2 matches left to go, as it is now time for the Sin City street fight between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. The story heading into this match, of course, CM Punk was very frustrated that this is now the second time in a row he's been robbed out of main eventing WrestleMania. Because he's had a history of getting screwed over of main eventing WrestleMania outside of last year. Now, let's talk about the history. Because it all started in 2K24, where he was doing a main event against Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight Championship. However, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, Randy Orton would cash in his Money in the Bank contract on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Because AJ Styles attacked CM Punk before his title defense, causing Orton to take down a battered Punk and steal his World Heavyweight Championship. This would cause CM Punk to lose his main event spot, and causing him to go into the undercard match with AJ Styles. Then the following year, he was able to main event night one of WrestleMania against John Cena, and this was because Punk of course did win the title at Survivor Series, and Cena won the Elimination Chamber to get the main event of night one. And then of course, ever since losing his WWE Championship at Backlash last year to Randy Orton, because Punk has been struggling. Because he lost his rematch at Money in the Bank. He lost a lose against Traded to War match to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. He lost to John Cena at Bash at Berlin. He failed to win the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber to challenge Roman Reigns tomorrow night for the WWE Championship. Then, once CM Punk realized that he was probably going to sit out of WrestleMania after main eventing night one last year, that was where Brock Lesnar would emerge to attack CM Punk. Because he did return to WWE at SummerSlam to take out Roman Reigns, which would set up a last man standing match between the two at Bash at Berlin. Then afterwards, he would go on to have a feud with AJ Styles, where it led to not one but two matches. The first one at Crown Jewel that ended in a double countout, and then the second one on the following episode of Monday Night Raw in a steel cage. Then he would return again at Bad Blood to attack John Cena, causing him to lose the World Heavyweight Championship to Aleister Black in Aleister Black's Money in the Bank cash-in. And then he beat John Cena at the Royal Rumble. Not only that, but he did challenge Aleister Black at Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight he's going into his first WrestleMania since 2K23. And of course that was 3 years ago since Brock Lesnar competed at WrestleMania. Last time he competed at WrestleMania was in 2K23 when he defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. And tonight, he's going up against Brock Lesnar in a Sin City Street Fight match. Because just like Oberfirma, any reference can be used as CM Punk wasting no time. Kick out. CM Punk wasting no time going after Brock Lesnar. Of course, there's no disqualifications in this match. As Punk has been waiting to get his payback on Brock Lesnar. And of course, he did destroy him this past Monday Night on Raw as Lesnar clothesline connects. That's what is Brock Lesnar. Oh, he's got a counter suck. CM Punk reversal there. And he's getting a steel chair. And we got some Paul shenanigans. Remember, it is a no disqualification match. 1 minute, aka Sin City Street Fight match. And oh God, he's pulling apart the announce table. There goes Punk started all this past Monday night. And Lesnar's pretty much showing off to the WWE Universe about what is CM Punk going to suffer here tonight in Las Vegas. And the referee arguing with Paul Heyman. As Lesnar using some theatrics to take down CM Punk here. Oh, CM Punk with the reversal there. As CM Punk once again get back in this match. Reversal there by Brock Lesnar. What is Brock Lesnar thinking about doing? Oh God, he's got some bag of thumbtacks. As this is a Sin City. Oh God, he's pouring it all over the ring. As you can tell, things are not going to end well for CM Punk once he heads back to the ring. As you do realize that Lesnar has laid some thumbtacks in the ring. So because he's got to try and get CM Punk there. Oh God! It looks as though CM Punk may have gotten some thumbtack on his chest. Because that was what Lesnar was trying to do for a minute before Punk reversed minutes ago. Uh-oh, here we go with F5. Oh no, Punk reversed. Punk reversed. Punk is in the reversal now. Lesnar reverses. Clothesline by Lesnar. Lesnar getting another steel chair. And he's ready to torment Punk again. As Lesnar continues to humiliate Punk. Despite too much thumbtacks here in this match tonight. As Lesnar and I think this might be it for CM Punk. Uh-oh! Lesnar! Punk now trading reversals now. Power driver connects. How the hell could CM Punk do a power driver to Brock Lesnar of all people? Oh no! Lesnar looking to finally get off of F5. F5 connects. Kick out by CM Punk. As Lesnar's like, what am I gonna do? I gave him a brutal beating with the thumbtack. Oh God, he's getting a table. Lesnar getting to the middle rope. And you gotta try something to try and keep CM Punk down. Oh God. This is not going to end well for Mr. CM Punk. If Lesnar can successfully get it off. For the table! And it's over as Brock Lesnar gets the win here tonight at WrestleMania. And of course, CM Punk may put it up a fight, but he's no match for Brock Lesnar. And of course, where does Brock Lesnar go from here? Another match for the World Heavyweight Championship? I don't know. But of course, he does get the win here tonight at WrestleMania. as the Beast gets the best out of the best in the world.
If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and then turn your notification bell on so you don't miss any content provided by
As ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the rundown of WrestleMania Night 2 tomorrow night, as we are going to be kicking off Night 2 with a women's tag team TLC match for the tag team titles. It's Becky Lynch and Charlotte will defend against Fatal Influence, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. Then we will have the AJ Styles WrestleMania Open Challenge, as who will enter the Open Challenge of the Phenomenal One. Sol Ruka defends her Women's Intercontinental Champion against Thea Hell. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton will meet in a last man standing match. The Lucha Bros defends their WWE Tag Team Championships against the New Catch Republic. Sheamus defends his Intercontinental Championship against Rusev. Stephanie McMahon defends her Women's World Championship against AJ Lee. Roman Reigns defends the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins in the co-main event. And the main event of Night 2's WrestleMania, John Cena's last match in WWE, his farewell match, as he will take on the Ring General, Gunther. As that is the rundown of WrestleMania Night 2, which will be happening tomorrow. As coming up next here at WrestleMania, it is now time for the Night 1 main event, as Aleister Black defends his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. Will Braun Breaker be 2-0 against Aleister Black, or will Aleister Black retain? We'll find out, as it is time for the main event here at WrestleMania. As this has been a great show, and it's time to cap it off with the main event. As it is Aleister Black defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. Because Braun Breaker got into this main event for winning the Royal Rumble. And tonight, he's going up against Aleister Black. Now, because Aleister Black has already taken an L since returning to WWE last summer. And that was on an episode of Monday Night Raw. And that was last summer. And because now they are in the main event fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because Aleister Black won the title after cashing in on John Cena at Bad Blood. And because that was right after Brock Lesnar attacked John Cena. Because what is on Aleister Black's mind here? I believe this is the first time he's competing at WrestleMania in a while. And now next is Aleister Black. Braun Breaker. And of course, Braun Breaker, of course, in a big spotlight he's in at WrestleMania, because 2 years ago he was in the co-main event fighting for the WWE Championship on Night 1, and now this year he's in the Night 1 main event against Aleister Black, as time is flying for Braun Breaker, and because he came long ways from Intercontinental Champion to now competing for Raw's top #1 prize and that is the World Heavyweight Championship. As we'll be looking at a new champion. As let's get into this match here. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. The number one prize here on Monday Night Raw. As and of course, here we go. Time for the main event. Braun Breaker. As you can tell, Braun Breaker is ready to go. And of course, the tension is fuming between both men. And there we go. They're starting with chain wrestling. An ironic way to kick off a World Championship match. Here the main event at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker heading to the top. What can he be thinking about doing? Braun Breaker is telling the WWE Universe to get ready to see Braun the future becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Aleister Black with the reversal there. Aleister Black telling Braun Breaker to get up. Neck breaker there by Braun Breaker. So far, Braun Breaker is decimating Aleister Black here in the main event at WrestleMania. Uh-oh! Aleister Black reverses! Oh boy! The straps are down, ladies and gentlemen! Reversal by Aleister Black. Another reversal there. As you can tell, Braun Breaker is fired up as he's looking to become the new World Heavyweight Champion tonight. As what is on Braun, as we all can think that Braun Breaker could be, tonight could be his night. As Braun Breaker using all of his top rope maneuvers to try and win the, here we go, this could be a spear, waiting for Aleister Black, spear connects, new champion! That's it! One spear, less strange, but nonetheless, Braun Breaker has finally done it! After 4 years of coming to the, actually 5 years coming to the WWE, and he was able to win his first World Championship here in Universe Mode, as he is now the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. Long ways from Intercontinental Champion to now the World Heavyweight Champion. And guys, thank you so much for joining us for night 1 of WrestleMania, as we'll be back tomorrow for night 2, where we have Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Last match. Ladies and gentlemen, good night everybody. As Braun Breaker is now the brand new World Heavyweight Champion.